Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to another episode of Crazy Women Country. I'm Donna, and today we're here with the amazing Emily Faye. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How is the weather in England?
Actually, today's been sunny. Yesterday was torrential rain. So, I mean, anything can happen, to be honest. Minor rumour of a heat wave next week, but we'll see. There's your weather update for you.
Well, if you'd like, I could send you some warm weather from Florida. It is going to be in the high 80s, low 90s.
Wow.
For the rest of this week into next week. So please take it with you. I'll send some over.
Yes, please do. It was very welcome.
Oh, well, we'd love to start off after the weather segments with the hardest question ever. Who is Emily Faye?
Oh, wow. That is a great question. As a person and an artist, so country singer, songwriter, my favorite thing to do is to write songs. That's my favorite thing. Find inspiration, put it in a song. And I've been singing since forever. So those predominantly lead the way for me. And are a huge part of who I am. Also, I'm a very happy person all the time, pretty much. Very positive, very happy. And I think sometimes that comes across in my songs. Well, hopefully it does, because that'd be cool. But yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Happiness does come across in your songs. Definitely. I was listening to like Barefoot, and I checked out the video for A Little Bit of You. And I was just like, yeah, you just see you're just like enjoying it, happy.
Oh, do you know, I was so livid because when we filmed my part of that video, it was pouring with rain. My umbrella turned inside out, and I was wearing this giant black puffer coat, and my hair was soaking wet. And then when Jake filmed his part, he just looked fabulous, and it was a lovely day. I was just like, I look like a drowned rat, and he looks fabulous. It was so funny.
Oh, well, honestly, I couldn't really tell.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great. My acting was on point then, because I was like, so rainy. Classic English weather, really.
Yeah. Oh. So tell us, you just had your new single come out. When it comes to leaving, you want to tell us a little bit about the single and even the writing behind it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I wrote it with a wonderful lady called Jess Thriston. I basically had a Zoom write booked in with her, and during the lockdown, which lockdown it was is hazy now because we had so many here in the UK. So we had a Zoom writing session, and I like to go a little bit prepared for these things. So I had kind of a little guitar part, melody worked out, and then I kind of my fiance lives in Jersey in the Channel Islands, and I'm based in the UK. So I'm back and forth, and I have been for 8 years now. So I'm very always having to say goodbye to people I love, like all the time. And it sometimes gets a bit hard, to do that. And especially with COVID, having the distance, we didn't see each other for maybe 4 months, something like that. And had to get written permission from the government to fly over there. So when I could eventually go. So it was just like quite a lot of turmoil, and then when I left here, I was very anxious to travel in the COVID times and all of that. Anyway, so basically we ended up writing this song, and I think it was before I'd got to see him. And it basically stemmed from how when you arrive at a place, when it comes to leaving that place, you just want to stay. And it's literally all about that. And the reason I decided to record it, because I've sat on it for maybe 2 years. So I think it was 2020 when we wrote it. And just because literally it ended up being a song that I would turn to comfort myself when I was going from place to place. So it just ended up being something I'd listen to if I was leaving my family or if I was leaving Jay in Jersey. So yeah, it just was a source of comfort to me. And then I just thought, you know what, that's what matters. The connection with the song is what matters. And hopefully if I connect with it myself, other people will. And it's also kind of a bit of a bop. So yeah, it's kind of a bit more upbeat. But yeah, it's also very relatable when you're on holiday. You know, you just don't want to come home. You know, sometimes those holidays, it's just so good, you just don't want to leave. And also, whenever I sing it on stage, I sing, when it comes to leaving, all I want to do is stay on this stage type thing. So yeah, so it's about all these bitter, you know, these lovely things and the bittersweet endings and the goodbyes, really. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If you all haven't heard after the interview, go check it out. Make sure you go to emilyfaye.com. Music. Wait, is emilyfayemusic.com?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like to confuse people by adding the music, you know.
Oh, I forget those things. I'm like, yeah, don't forget there's music at the end of the name. There you go.
All good. Don't you worry.
We'll also have the links in the descriptions for everyone.
Cool.
So continuing on, I would actually like to go back a little bit. In 2020, during COVID, you released the song called Fearless. Now, I love that song. That totally was like, when first time I heard that, I was like, just totally, I have to go listen to this again. I have to really like sit and listen to it. Like, I can't do anything. I just got to listen to the song.
Oh, so, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it.
Yeah, tell me the inspiration behind that song.
Well, so my good friend Sue McMillan, she's a producer and songwriter. She said to me, Emily, go away and write your truth. And so I came up with the chorus, and that was my truth, basically. And I took it back to her, and she was like, yes. And then we kind of built the verses together. I basically just had all these lyrics scattered everywhere from what my brain was feeling at that time and thinking at that time. And yeah, we put them all together and Fearless was born. So yeah, it's definitely probably the song I'm most proud of. I love it. I really love it. So yeah.
Very inspirational to anyone too. I think that's the part that really caught me, is it was just felt so inspirational to, you know, when you find those songs are inspirational, you just want to share them with everyone. You're like, hey, you got to listen to this. And
yeah. And I wanted it to be, you know, because that is generally how I feel 24/7, you know, bear a couple of minutes each day, maybe, you know, it really is how I feel. And you know, and you strive to be something. You're always striving to be something. And you're always growing and changing. And yeah, it's basically just, sometimes I just think to myself, come on, Emily, you need to be fearless. Like be more fearless, because I'm so driven by fear, like, you know, in terms of facing my fears and also not doing things because I'm scared to do them. And then I'm like, no, you need to do them. So that's basically what that song's all about. So yeah.
Well, it's a great song.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Okay, so there's one more thing we do have to talk about, and that is is this like a fan club, the Secret Song Club, or is it just the Secret Song Club? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so during COVID, I should have done it right at the beginning, but I don't know why I didn't. I think maybe I was still kind of testing the waters and doing some research on it. But basically, there's a platform called Patreon, which allows musicians to make to have a monthly income. And basically, what's even better than that is it lets their fans have a say in everything they do. So my Secret Song Club, you basically sign up for £5 a month. So that's the cost of like 2 coffees, right? You sign up for £5 a month and you get 2 songs that you've never heard before a month. I've also uploaded recently some live videos, like of acoustic songs with my band, and you get like exclusives on the new singles. So everybody in my Secret Song Club will get to hear the new song tomorrow before anyone else will. So I'm just kind of trying to build a community and get my audience to have their say, basically. And yeah, it's good fun.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of different things like that, and that's great. So yes, if you're all not wanting to have 2 coffees a month, you can cut 2 coffees and join the Secret Song Club.
I'm just thinking of your health, guys.
Yes, because you can't have like 5 coffees a day. That's one too many. So you can cut a couple coffees a day and you'll be good.
Exactly.
And that's also on the website again, emilyfayemusic.com. See, I got it right that time.
Yeah. Love it.
Oh, so tell us, who are some of the women that have inspired you to do music?
Oh, wow. Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. I just love Fleetwood Mac, to be honest with you. I love them. My dad also takes me, or he has in the past, taken me to see a female singer, right? So I remember he took me to go and see Katie Melua, right? And I was sitting in the audience, and I'll never forget this gig ever. But he bought the tickets, and then my mum and I went with a couple of friends, and we were sitting in the audience, and her song was on in the background, you know, it's her CD or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like we were just all chatting, then all of a sudden lights went down, the curtains opened, and she'd been singing the entire time. It wasn't her CD, it was her. And I was just like absolutely gobsmacked. She'd been singing the whole time. And I'll never forget that. And then I've also been to see like Alison Moyet and like all these kind of awesome singers, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely all of those. And Casey Musgraves, love her. Just, yeah, I actually used to have a mixtape when I was a kid that my dad made me as well. And it had Paula Cole, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone on it. And that was my favorite song. Yeah. I don't know why. I just loved it. But yeah, it's crazy how
could you not? Paula Cole has a great voice, you know, how can you not love it? So
exactly, yeah. And it just so happens now that I do country music. It's just crazy. Yeah.
Well, it all comes together. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of Alison Krauss. I just love her voice. She's wicked. But yeah.
So are you ready for our 20 crazy questions?
Okay. Yes, I love crazy.
There is no right or wrong answer, and I promise we can't get arrested right now.
Okay.
So the first question, what song are you currently rocking out to? That's your go-to build me up anthem.
Ooh.
Sing along.
Edge of 17, Stevie Nicks. Boom. Yeah.
What's the last thing you read?
The last thing I read?
Yes.
I've been listening to an audiobook. Does that count as reading?
We can count that as reading.
It's a fiction book, and it's a thriller. I can't remember the name of it, but it's very good, by an author called Susan Lewis, I think.
Okay. We'll have to go look up some Susan Lewis books, because apparently she has some good thriller books.
Yeah, she's great at the twist, you know, like when an author puts like a really good twist and you're like, oh, no. It's one of those.
Yeah. I'm going to actually have to look that up now too.
Yeah.
Tell us your top 2 concerts you've ever been to.
Fleetwood Mac, 100%. Do you know my first ever concert I went to? My first ever concert I went to was Meatloaf with my mum and my dad and my brother. And I was maybe like 10 or 11. And I was standing on the chairs. And I thought I was so cool, and I loved every second of it. That's one that really sticks in my mind, just because it was my first ever. You know, you don't forget your first, do you? But Elton John was also very good. Yeah. Oh, there's just so many.
Oh, great. Well, sometimes I think there's too many to narrow it down, but you know, I try.
Yeah, because I would also say the CMA Songwriters at C2C this year was one of my favorite gigs I've ever been to in my entire life. It's incredible, incredibly inspiring. I loved it.
Wonderful.
Well, that's 4, sorry.
Okay, that's all good. No, it's all good. It's all good. I know, that's why I said it's hard to narrow it down.
Yes.
It's absolutely hard. Because I'll tell you, you know, one of my favorites was when I got to see Ashley McBryde before she was, you know, before everyone knew her. And it was in like one of those little dive bars, and she was an opening act. She wasn't even the headliner. She was the opening act. And, you know, I actually left halfway through the headliner, sorry. But I was tired. I've been up since like 3 a.m. Okay. So
fair enough.
But yeah, so I just was like totally like, I had to go see her. I'm like, and yeah, that to me is still one of my top concert. Well, it was like a dive bar, really. It was just one of those small places and beautiful. So
cool. I love that.
What job would you be terrible at?
There are probably a dentist. I've worked for a dentist before as a receptionist, and he like wanted me to train as a dental nurse, and I was just like, no, I'm not coming in there. No. So probably a dentist.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah. First thing that came to my mind.
Oh, what's the first thing you would do if you won the lottery?
Ooh. Oh, probably go on an adventure somewhere, maybe travel a little bit. Yeah. Or maybe buy a house. That would be more sensible, probably. But no, I'd probably go on an adventure. Yeah.
And then figure out the house you want to buy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you need room for a studio and whatever else you need,
Exactly. Yeah, true that.
Well, do you have a game plan for zombie apocalypse?
So me and my fiance, we always actually discuss this, or he's always like, that would be a great spot if the zombies came, and it's, yeah. So every time we're on a walk in Jersey, we see somewhere else and we're like, that would be a good spot to hide if the zombies came. So somewhere I'd be hiding somewhere. There was actually this like tower castle that was surrounded by kind of basically just a hole, and we were like, we'd go there, or build up high, because I don't think they can climb trees, right? So yeah, that's also a plan, maybe up in the trees somewhere, tree house.
Perfect. Love it. Great plans. I think anytime we actually need a serious plan, I think we're gonna have to call on your fiance then.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who's got me thinking about it. Otherwise, I guess it's great though, because it's prepared me for this question. So
yeah, absolutely.
Circle.
Well, tell us artists or albums we need to listen to before we die.
Oh, okay. Rumours Fleetwood Mac, just because obviously I love it. I absolutely love Maren Morris's Girl album. Casey Musgraves. Which one was it? The one before her latest one. I can't remember the name of it. Love that one.
Golden Hour.
Golden Hour. Yeah, that's the one. Gosh, there's a lot. Those are some of my faves right now, for sure. And Caitlin Smith, anything by her is just incredible. Her voice is incredible. I just absolutely love her. In fact, several of her songs are the ones that I rock out to in the car at the moment. There's one called High that's like incredible. Yeah, those are my at the moment faves.
Go check those out.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, who would play you in a movie about your life?
Ooh, gosh. Who would? I feel like it would be like Reese Witherspoon. I feel like it would be her, probably, because she's quite like woo,
Yeah.
Maybe a bit
I can see that, yeah. Quite bubbly and yeah.
I mean, I'd love to say someone really, really like fashionable and cool like Blake Lively would play me, but I think it would probably be more, I wish I was like Blake Lively and I was cool and collected and calm and like really fashionable, but actually I'm probably a bit more like quirky and kooky like Reese Witherspoon. Yeah,
that's perfectly all right. That is you. That's all you're supposed to be, is you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh. So boots or heels?
Boots. I'm terrible at heels. I can do a heel like this, but it has to be thick. Apart from that, I'm just going to be short because I am small.
Oh, so no heels for you. Got it.
Yeah, I'm a bit bad at heels.
Okay, so no modeling gigs either. At least
no.
if they require heels, right?
And also long legs, which I also don't have.
Okay. So I've had to tailor this next question because I know in the UK it's called Wally. So where's Wally?
That's the question.
That's the question. In the US, it's called Waldo. You know, the striped shirt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I learned that. That's one thing I have learned. And I think in Australia they called it something different too, and I couldn't remember. But I was like, oh, good.
Where I don't know. Nobody knows.
Nobody does. Okay. Well, hypothetically, if I came to you and said I need to hide a dead body, do you know a good place?
I feel like the Queen's bed. I'm not sure how you'd get in through the security though, or a forest, maybe.
They probably just get rid of it, be like, kill someone, quick, get rid of it, right?
No idea.
Oh, what's the best thing since sliced bread?
Ooh, I love bread. But the best thing since sliced bread is getting into bed when you're really tired, after you've taken all your makeup off and it's fresh, you've done your skincare routine, getting into bed with fresh sheets. Oh, can't beat it. I'm awesome. So wild.
Oh, that's okay. The other night I was going to have a drink and I'm like, it's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go to bed. Like,
yeah. Yes. Yeah, totally.
I think that means we're adults now, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think, to be honest, I think I did all of my craziness in my teenage years. So there's just nothing left to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I've just become a granny, like, early.
Oh. So what, in your opinion, is the worst pizza topping?
The worst, probably for me, something really spicy. So like chilies or something, just because I don't love super spice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love pineapple on pizza though, which I know is controversial, but I love it.
That was my next question, because that has been the controversy of the year so far in questions. So it was like the first, like there was 2-3 weeks I was doing interviews and it was just pineapple this or pineapple that, and I'm like, okay, that's it. We got to bring it up on every question now. So good to know that you're a pineapple lover.
I am.
Yes. You either love or hate it. There's no like middle, like, whatever,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I know, right? I love it. I love it.
So tell us, do you have guilty pleasure music, and what is it?
Yes. I mean, when I was younger, I loved S Club 7. So occasionally I'll put a couple of those bops on. Or S Club Juniors, actually. I loved them. And the Saturdays. Those are like my, I want to relive those years music. And a bit of Avril Lavigne, maybe, you know.
Nothing wrong with that.
One of my friends loved Avril Lavigne so much, she made a scrapbook of Avril Lavigne and I made a scrapbook of S Club 7 and S Club Juniors. And that's how cool we were. Scrapbooking. Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. All good. Well, tell us something on your bucket list.
Ooh, to climb a mountain, actually, like Kilimanjaro, or there's a mountain on one of the islands of the Azores called, I think it's called Pico. I'd like to climb that one. But yeah, I think doing some kind of big challenge like that, either climb a mountain or enter a surf competition and be a good surfer. It was going to be to run a marathon, but I just feel like my joints wouldn't enjoy that, or my hips. But surfing competition or climbing a mountain, yeah, appeals to me a bit more now.
Sounds exciting. So do you surf now?
Yes, in the summer when it's a bit warmer. But I'm not amazing. I can stand up, but I'd like to like get good, you know, be a cool surfer chick. I think you aren't a cool surfer chick if you say I want to be a cool surfer chick. But yeah, I love to surf. It's just so nice being out in the water. It's great.
Oh, well, you're definitely a cool surfer chick, because I don't even surf yet. So yeah, you have like one up on me for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Is there surf in Florida? Can you surf in Florida?
On the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast where it's the Gulf. So like our waves, we might get like a 2-foot wave, a 3-foot wave, or from the boats, we'll actually get some waves. But otherwise, no, there's no, I mean,
I've never been to Florida. Maybe that's on my bucket list also, Florida.
Yeah, and then we'll just have to, after you hit the lottery, and we'll have to go over to the Pacific Ocean, because they have really killer waves, apparently. There's a lot of that out in California, you know.
Yeah,
so,
California.
That's it.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to add that to my bucket list, that we're going to learn to surf in California.
Great.
Well, I'm going to learn to surf. You're just going to surf.
Okay, great.
Okay. Oh, if you could be any person or a position, like a CEO or an accountant or doctor, obviously we know not a dentist, who or what position would you want to be for the day, and why?
Ooh. Well, I don't like blood and gore, so that rules out anything medical. I think I'd like to be the Prime Minister for the day. I think that'd be very interesting and very stressful. But I think I would learn a lot about politics and the country and the reasonings behind certain decisions, maybe. But yeah, I feel like that'd be quite interesting. Or I would quite like to be a pilot for the day, see what that's like. In another life, if I had really, really good eyesight as well, I would have liked to have been a pilot, I think. But yeah.
Sound awesome. What do you wish would magically clean itself? The dishes, the laundry, the toilets?
I would say laundry at the moment. Just washing is just never ending. Honestly, never ending. Especially when you got back from holiday. Never ending.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think my wardrobe was this big.
Yeah, or my car, actually. If that could just clean itself, that'd be awesome.
Oh, would you rather cook or order in?
Cook. Yeah. I mean, I love ordering in, but I do like to cook, like from scratch and have a wholesome meal. I'd much rather that. Yeah.
Wonderful. What do you like to cook?
I like to cook my friend Charlie's salmon tacos. They're incredible. He does this amazing like pico salsa that goes with it's got mango in. Just all the combinations of flavors are just epic. That's my favorite thing to cook, like if my friends come over for dinner at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll invite you to Florida and then I'll buy the ingredients if you'll cook it and I'll clean up.
Okay, deal. Let's do that.
Oh, so do you have any words of wisdom that you live by? If so, what are they?
Is not the word of wisdom. Yes, I would say that I do. I would say probably just be positive, like, or you can change your perspective. So like sometimes if something's hard or feels hard, then I'll just change my perspective. And that's kind of something that I live by. Also things I've kind of grown up with, like my mum and dad always would say, just be yourself, which I really value and have taken with me all this time in all my years. For sure, like just be you, you don't need to do X, Y, and Z. You just need to be you, which I love that. I love that. And I've got a little goddaughter now, and I wrote her a song for her first birthday. And kind of all the wisdom I've grown up with is in the chorus of this song. And it's things like, if you're gonna be anything, be kind. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Family comes first. Just kind of those little things. Yeah. And then the punchline of the song is, and if you feel a little lost, then just be yourself. The best thing you can be is you, type thing. So yeah, those would be my things I live by.
Those are beautiful. They are, for sure.
Thank you.
So tell us, what do you have coming up for the rest of 2022? Are you going to be doing some more touring? Some new songs coming out? What else do you have planned for the year?
Yeah, so just to be honest, at the moment, I just really want to focus on writing. I've got a potential, maybe 3 songs that could be the next single, but I'm not quite sure what vibe they should be. I don't know if I'm going to try something else, because one of my singles, Summer Feeling, was lent a bit more towards the pop, whereas this latest one, when it comes to Leaving, is very kind of dipping the toe back into country. So yeah, I'm really kind of in a place where I'm not really sure where I want to go with my sound yet. So I'm just kind of trying to develop that and get some space and write some songs and hopefully get back in the studio. I mean, my ultimate dream would be to write and record an album. That would be the dream. But yeah, maybe one day. But I need to write a lot more songs. I'd love to go on a trip back to Nashville as well, and yeah, hopefully do some more gigs like towards the later half of the year, maybe even a tour. Yeah, we'll see. I've got a few plans in my head currently that I need to get down on paper and put into action.
Wonderful. Well, you can keep the sound the way it is and keep doing what you're doing, because that cross blend of country pop is exactly what's on, I hate to say country radio today, but it really is. It's that kind of blend. And yeah.
And I think I've been really kind of struggling with, who am I making this art for? First and foremost, is it me? Is it trying to second guess what everybody else would like me to be like? And it's really hard to just put the blinkers on and write it for you and then really hope everyone will like it, rather than think, what will people like? I need to write to that, So I've been struggling with those kind of boundaries as well. But yeah, hopefully I'll find my way.
Absolutely. And I think it's what you're doing right now, and everything I've heard so far is amazing. So just
thank
you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's hard to be you sometimes, isn't it? You can get very lost in what other people are doing, like especially with social media. You can just get so lost in it all. But yeah.
Absolutely. And I think as you grow in general, you start changing, and so you start looking and reevaluating and just in general, whatever it is that you're doing. Totally. And depending on who's around you at that time as well, that can influence the way things come out too.
Yeah. I said to my fiance, I was like, I can't write any sad songs because I'm too happy with you. But no, sad songs are easier to write actually than happier ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is true. And it's funny because I was just listening to an article the other day, reading an article, whatever you want to call it. And in the article, it said about how negative headlines get more attention than positive headlines. I'm like, well, that just seems wrong in the world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of sad, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think our internet froze. Welcome back. I'm so glad that we're done freezing.
I'm so sorry. My laptop had a moment. It's probably because I've been doing so much work on it and it's just worn out.
Yeah, I was like, done. Time to turn off. Good night.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again. That's never happened to me before. But yeah, sorry, everybody. We are back.
It's all good. It's all good. So more writing coming. We're looking forward to it for sure. And everyone, again, don't forget to go join the Secret Song Club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And check out the new song that just came out.
Yeah, it would be great to have you guys on the Secret Song Club. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure having you, and you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I would love to come back when I've got some more music coming, for sure. It'd be great. Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
As well, talking to you. So yeah, when you have new music, we're going to do this all over again. And so hopefully we all have no computer issues, because, we had to reschedule this because I had computer issues, internet issues, not due to my fault, or so to speak. But yeah, it all works out.
We made it. We made it.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us for another episode of Crazy Women Country. Have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.